All right, people, we are here doing our thing again today, watching this bullcrap going on all day. I know a lot of you folks out there are probably tired of seeing this shit, tired of hearing about it, because this is some crazy crap going on. But man, this shit really affects everybody in a big, big, big way, and we need to be concerned about it because it can, it is not something that we should consider to be a normal procedure for our country. And I'm not saying that we are close to World War III right now, but I am saying that a lot of people out there are very, very, very anxious about this stuff. And this shit, man, can tip over just like that because I really believe that a lot of these countries and stuff internationally, they are afraid of what the hell just happened. They are definitely afraid of what's happened because he he not only got on our national TV, he done threatened damn to everybody in South America, Mexico, uh,
Cuba.
Iceland, Greenland, Cuba, Iran. He done threatened everybody, and you don't do that. You don't threaten people like that. That doesn't. That's kind of stupid. But I can say that. Even though he said what he said, that I think Rubio and stuff felt that he probably went a step too far and didn't confront him about it and everything. But his whole demeanor and stuff yesterday on these news programs and stuff, you can tell he was nervous as hell. That he could not really actually explain what the hell happened and why it happened. He's Donald Trump the president. He's Secretary of State. He has to follow orders, but sometimes when you sitting there following orders and you don't and you know this shit is not right, it's hard to defend that. I mean, really, it is totally hard to defend it. If I had a boss and stuff, and I know this fucker was doing something absolutely counterproductive and could destroy my whole company that I work in, that I make my living in, then I'm not gonna say anything to him to his face and everything and say, hey man, you wrong, but I'm gonna try to do something to kind of slow him down. And I think that's what the Secretary of State is doing. He's trying to slow him down because now he's got the UN ambassador up there at the emergency meeting of the UN Security Council trying to defend this shit that went on the other day. And according to them, this was just a slight, it was like a police action. Somebody went into the ghetto and decided that they wanted to take out a gang leader and then put his ass on trial. He was just policing, keeping things straight in our community. So he tried to justify that shit, but he ain't coming out and saying what Trump said. So, man, we'll
Well,
see.
I'm gonna tell you my take. I think Marco is elated. He's happy and jumping for joy because he got the bag out. Now it's his job to put the right person that needs to be over Venezuela. That's his job. His job is to persuade the president. He's actually a counselor for the president. Now he can't tell the president what to do, but he can advise him. Marco wants to take over Cuba. That's his main goal. He also has a constituents that he's been listening to for the last 20 years or whatever about that country. And they are heavily penetrated in South Florida. A lot of them been there for years, decades. And these people want their country back, just like Cuba. The people here over in Cuba want their country back. And they're trying to stop this socialism, communism, dictatorship. So that's his goal. That's Rubio's main goal. That's my opinion. I mean, I'm
Well,
just
if
following
it
him over
is,
the years.
if it is, he's going about it totally the wrong way.
What way
Uh,
should he go by it? How should he go by it?
he's going about it totally the wrong way. There's no way that you gonna if you considering going down into Cuba and getting your country and stuff back. That's a hell of a detour going to Venezuela. Hell of a detour. Because all he has done and stuff by going to Venezuela, he just like right now, we see that these people that call an emergency meeting because these people in the international communities is scared now. They do not want to see another Hitler arise. They don't want to see that. So everybody's on the alert now. And anything that the United States and stuff does now, it is going to be highly, highly critical. And I do not believe that they're going to have a regime change there in Venezuela from what we see is going on right now. He's already said that he did not want a certain people and stuff to be the president. So the vice president of the country and stuff, she's taken over. That's Maduro's right hand lady. And she at first they were saying to us that she's going to do everything Trump said do, but she gets on TV after she became the
She's trying to
president and
save her ass, bro. She
said
talked that
I
to a
ain't
lot of
doing.
people.
She said I ain't doing shit that Trump says.
She trying to save her ass because there are still a lot of Maduro followers that will come for her. She know that. She's just trying to save her ass.
Well, that's a hell of a way to. If you got United States protecting you, then why would she even say it?
United States ain't gonna protect her.
Well, then
Not at this time. They're not protecting her.
Then she shouldn't have said anything. She shouldn't have said Trump ain't gonna get shit out of this country. She shut her goddamn mouth and start talking about doing the things to help the people there in her country. You wouldn't even be opening your mouth and saying anything after Trump then already said that he's putting her in power and stuff and everything because she's gonna do what we tell her to do. That would be real stupid on your part to tell your enemies or your friends or whatever, damn Trump, fuck him. I ain't gonna do what the hell he said do.
Like I said, that right there to me, as far as I'm concerned, she's just saving her ass so those other people won't come for her.
She ain't
Because
she
there's a lot of Maduro, I guess that's how you pronounce his last name, Maduro, sycophants that's following him, and they entrenched all over that country. So she's just trying to save face, but we don't know what the conversation is behind closed doors and what Rubio is telling her. You know, um,
well,
the
you got to
main thing,
believe
getting back to Cuba, the thing with Cuba is that they are entrenched in socialism with a little bit of communism. There are no strong leaders there, my understanding. And the point is that there are people, millions of Cubans want to upgrade their nation.
that shit ain't gonna happen to you. United States is not going to invade Cuba. It is
I didn't
not
say
going to
invade.
happen.
I didn't say anything about invasion. What I'm saying is that here's the thing: Venezuela was shipping oil to Cuba. They didn't like it. The United States didn't like it because they trying, Cuba is under sanctions. They've been under sanctions for decades. And that was keeping them going. So I'm thinking that Cuba, they on their last leg, bro.
I don't believe that. I believe they still going to be doing the same thing that they've been doing. I don't believe it.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't believe that
I think
because
they on their
you
last
can't.
leg, bro.
Cuba is not on their last leg. Them people have too much shit going on. They got too many people outside of their area and stuff who were sitting there and keeping them afloat. How you think they've been surviving all these years? There are people outside, communist folks and stuff, who coming over there and keeping them people afloat. They are doing business and stuff with them. They're getting their products and stuff out the door. People are buying their product. They're trading. They're doing what they want to do and stuff there, and to get the regime change and stuff there. Rubio doesn't have the power to do it. He's a knucklehead.
I'm
He
not
has no
saying that
idea what the hell
Rubio.
he's doing.
I'm not saying that Rubio has the power. What I'm saying is he is an advisor, and his main thing is destroy that regime. And however he does it, and he can use Trump.
He can't use Trump. Trump is a puppet to Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller controls him. Stephen sits in that daggone White House and waits until at night and tells Trump what the hell he wants him to do. That's why they're still sitting out there, because Stephen Miller's saying, wait a minute, hold it. He's saying right now, hold it. We still got to get these fools out of this country. So trust me, watch and see what the heck happened, how this shit's going to transpire. Stephen Miller going to get his thing back, and they're going to continue to start throwing people outside this country because he knows that Trump is leaning off track. So he got to go back to throwing them people out the country because Miller got his ear.
Well, that's the whole purpose. One of the, like I said yesterday, there are 4 or 5 different things, the reason why he did what he did. One of the main things to get people off of what they were talking about for the last several weeks. The Epstein
Well,
tapes.
Well, Stephen Miller is not. He's not concerned with Epstein files. The only thing he's concerned with is throwing people outside this country, getting rid
I'm
of
not
all
talking
these
about
immigrants.
Stephen Miller. I'm talking about Trump.
And I'm talking about Stephen Miller because he has Trump's ear. He's sitting there in the White House with his ear. He's in his ear
If you
constantly
think
and
for
telling him
one
what the
moment,
hell's going on. Hey,
if
Trump,
you
hold it.
think for
We can't get
one
too far afloat here,
damn
buddy. We
moment,
still got to throw these people out of this
if you
country.
think for one damn moment that Trump is listening to Stephen Miller as directive, that's some crazy shit.
He is listening to Stephen Miller. If he wasn't listening to Stephen Miller, they wouldn't be throwing all these people out this country. They wouldn't be
Well,
having
that was the whole.
all these police folks and stuff
That's
sitting around here
Project
going into these
2025, bro.
daggone states and stuff and throwing people out. If he
That
wasn't
is
listening to him,
Project
that's
25.
Stephen Miller's crap. That ain't
That's Project
Rubio shit.
2025. Well, you can put it on Stephen Miller. I agree to a certain degree, but what I'm saying is that's been their big goal for the longest, to throw all of these Latin people out because there's too many of them. That's been their goal. But also throw out the Haitians, throw out the Somalians, and anybody else that's not that is undocumented and not American citizens. That's their whole point. That's what they're trying to do. Throw out everybody. Anybody that's got some kind of mercy on, as far as coming to this country, work permits or whatever. That's their whole goal. But the point is like I said, the one thing is to get off the Epstein case. Another thing to take over that oil, and another thing is to cut back on Cuba and stop Russia collaborating with Venezuela and as well as China and India.
That's not going to happen. That is
Well,
not
you're
going to
so
happen.
absolute about this shit.
That's
I'm
not
just
going to
giving you my
happen.
opinion. You act like you act like you got the inside track.
Yeah, I do. That's if you're looking at
You
what
ain't
they're
got no
going on,
damn
you
inside
see
track.
what's going on out there. You know that's not going to happen. How in the world is this man? He done sat down there and 4 months ago he kissing Putin's ass, and all of a sudden now he don't want Putin and stuff around. That don't make any
I
sense.
didn't say anything about not wanting them around. This is about sanctions and being in control. He's trying to control Putin in his own sly way.
He's not going to try to. And Putin is not going to allow him to control him. It's not going to happen. He done played to that
When you
man
say
too much.
control, when I
He
say
done
control,
he done kissed that man's butt too much and stuff and everything for him to sit down there and think that he ain't gonna listen to what Putin got to say. That's Putin's boy. That's his buddy. That's his butt buddy. He's sitting down there. If he's in jail, Trump would be sitting down there underneath his mattress and shit and everything on the bottom bunk and shit and everything, washing his drawers every day. That's what he would be doing. Cause that's how he acts, and he ain't changed. Them Tiger has not changed his stripes. These Russians have put his ass in power, and he's scared to death of them. He done took their goddamn money, and they controlling him. He ain't bothering this stuff against Putin. That's the quickest way for his ass to be assassinated. The Russians don't play. They will kill you if you don't do what the hell they say do. And they don't care, and he got enough money to do it. That's my point. He's scared of them boys. He done took too much of their stuff. He took too much of their money, and they know it, and he knows it. And they got his wife underneath their thumb. So there's no way that he would be doing what the hell he did and making our U.S. troops sit down there and put a red carpet out for that fucker up there in Alaska. For his plane landed, he got a red carpet sitting out there. Our president of the United States sitting out there, walking up and down the carpet, nervous as hell, and waiting on Daddy Putin to show up. If that ain't somebody who's eating a 9 yards of that man's crap, I don't know what the heck he is. And he's done it quite a bit of times. Set him in his daggone car and told the news people, get the fuck out. I don't want y'all to hear what he and I are talking about. And anytime he gets out of hand with Putin and everything, their news people and stuff gets online and stuff and everything and start showing pictures of his naked wife. And he ain't gonna say a word. Not nothing. That's my point. Now, what else you wanted to talk about? Got anything else on the agenda?
I ain't got shit else on the agenda, bro.
You
Because that's
got
all.
it. I do. I want to talk about what the heck happened when the Congress bring their ass back into session and stuff. What tomorrow? I think they're coming back tomorrow, the next or Wednesday. They're supposed to be back in the daggone White House, back into the Capitol. They got 14 days. They said of them being there until the end of the damn month. They got 14 days to end another shutdown. They got 14 days in which to pass some laws and stuff and everything that's going to help this country and stuff get back on its feet. They got 14 days. 14 days to have the biggest fight in the world. And I don't know how they're going to do it. And we don't know how they're going to do it or what the hell's going to happen. Because we all know that there's going to be a big ass fight there in the daggone Senate and in the House. And I don't think that Hakeem Jeffries or any of them Democrats going to be able to change any damn thing that has happened. And they've already started talking about that there may not be a Democratic sweep, that they may just win the House. That's it. And they are not going to win the Senate. It looks like Texas is going to be a battleground and stuff for my girlfriend. I don't know how she's going to win that daggone thing, but I don't know if she's going to even get past the daggone primary right now. From the way it looks, unless she's got some plans and stuff here to get through this primary, I don't know how she's going to make it. The only woman, only, she's the only woman there running for the U.S. Senate there in the state of Texas. And there ain't been a woman who won a statewide election and stuff there in the state of Texas and stuff in a long time since Ann Richards, who I think she was a governor for 2 terms. And that's when her girlfriend was a little girl. I have no idea how she's going to make it. She got a big ass hill to climb. Big ass hill. I see that our boy up there in Minnesota has decided that he ain't running for governor no more. He says he's giving up the ghost because he don't want no more crap going on. He is not going for a 3rd term. They have completely emasculated him. They've taken money away from the people there in Minnesota, and he has no daggone power, it looks like. My boy over there in California, I have no idea what the heck Newsom is planning on doing, but I don't know who in the hell is going to come out of this daggone thing in 2028 to run against these Republicans. I have no idea. There is nobody who is strong enough to come out there and do anything right now. Unless things change pretty quick, I don't know how we're going to sit around there and win this 2028 election. I have no idea. And I see that our buddy Mandami in New York, he got his hands full. He has his hands full. I have no idea how the old boy going to govern and stuff right now, but I do see that he does have a few good people there and stuff who are in his corner, and some of the people who might be okay with it, with what he's doing, turning that place into a socialist city. How in the heck are you going to have your grocery stores being ran by the city of New York? I understand why he wants to do it, but I have no idea that you're going to have community grocery stores in the city of New York running these grocery stores. That sounds like something that Bernie Sanders and stuff were thinking about doing when he said about 7 or 8 years ago that the post office and stuff should be community banks. That never came about. I thought it was a damn good idea, but nobody else did. It was a socialist idea, but it would have helped out a whole heck of a lot, especially for the poor folks in these communities and stuff who do need a place where they can go and bank at. So he got his hands full. I have no idea how he's going to do it.
Well, y'all just heard Mr. Bishop, and his glass is empty. His glass is empty. And I'm going to tell you, my glass is 3/4 full because the Democrats is winning. They're winning all over the country. The people realize that we're in trouble. And we do not have of seriousness about the people. And I believe now, is the guy from California, Newsom, is he the one? I don't know. Is Kamala Harris, not Kamala Harris, yeah, Kamala Harris, is she the one? I don't know. Is somebody else? I don't know. But that's to be determined because that's why they have runoffs. But the main thing is the main thing. You have to focus on putting good people in the House and the Senate. You have to put people, good people, that care about the people. And so, and the people will decide that. The people will decide that. And we already know that there were 90 million people that did not vote. And they see the results. Now, I'm not going to say like 70 million, 60 million, even 50 million extra people will vote. But all you need is 10 million, 20 million, 30 million people. So my glass is 3/4 full. We are in the best position that we've ever been in. However, we don't have enough spokespersons. We got a lot of good people out there that's willing to go to carpet. I don't believe in all this socialism shit talk, but the people is hurting and they need help. There were ways that, and I'm going to say this, a noun, a verb, and Joe Biden. Joe Biden was on the right track. But now money talks. The question is, are the people that's going to be running, will they sell out? That's the whole question. A lot of good people that sold out to all of this money that's available. And if you got a person, if you got all these billionaires that's willing to give $100 million a piece, what can you do? Because, you know, the people are going to have to say, hey, you can't buy me. You can't be giving me a few pennies, nickels, and dimes, and then I'm gonna cut up the Democrats, and and because what you're doing is the people is hurting their children, their relatives, their grandparents. Because see, billionaires can't take care of this government. It's the government that takes care of the people. So my glass is 3/4 full, bro. I believe in what we have here in America, that the people will rise up. You're gonna always have your knuckleheads, your 5, 6, 7% people that's gonna be knuckleheads. But I believe in this American country that we're gonna rise up, and the better people is gonna rise up. I believe that. So my glass is 3/4 full. I don't believe totally in the Democratic Party, but I believe in more the Democratic Party than the Republican Party. Because they ain't nothing but a bunch of cowards. And when I say cowards, I don't mean scared and what have you, but their life is being threatened. If they come against the president, their life is going to be threatened. But they have to do one of two things: stand up or resign. And from what I'm hearing, a lot of them going to be resigning. At least 10 to 15 of them. So that's where I'm at. My glass is 3/4 full, bro. Because it
Well,
always gets better. It always.
well, I watched too many elections, Ted. And I watch folks. I've been and the drum beats the drums ain't sounding very good out there. They are not sounding very good. They are not sounding very good for anybody, Republicans or Democrats. We got a long time before midterm, and anything can happen in this country. I think what's going to determine a whole lot of things is how the Democrats respond and what the hell they do. And if some of these Democrats don't get some balls about themselves and stand up and start fighting and start doing what the heck they need to show the people that they're gonna govern better than the Republicans have governed, they're not gonna win. They're gonna keep on putting them fools back in power again. Because somebody, if they control the money, they're gonna control the voice of those people. Hey, I watched it happen, brother. I watched it happen. I told you, I've been watching it happen ever since I was a little boy. I see it happen. I'm sitting down there, 10 years old, 11 years old, and I'm sitting down there and I watch it. Oh, those 90 million people that didn't vote, you ain't gonna even get half of them to come back out and vote again. They're not going to come out and vote. Our people just will not do that. Because the Republicans have been doing this stuff for many, many, many years. They sat down there and they used our folks, and I watched our little knucklehead men out there sit there and sell their life away for a measly couple $1,000s. They are
So
used
you
to
trying to tell
they are
me?
they are used to chump
I'm just
change and crumbs coming
wait
off
a
the
minute. You
master's
made a
table.
statement, Ed. People, listen to what he just said. 80% of black men voted for Kamala Harris.
The ones who voted. We're talking about a whole bunch of them who did not vote. Now,
Well,
the
you
ones who
only we
voted,
only
yes. The ones
Ed
who voted, yes. But there was a whole bunch of them who did
Ed
not vote.
Ed. We only have a total amount of votes of 22 million.
80% of our black men and stuff voted. The ones who voted. But there was a whole bunch of them, Ted, who could vote who did not vote.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you is that yeah, about a million men did not vote, maybe 2 million. But
There's
what
probably
I'm
more
trying
than
to tell
that who
you
did
is,
not go out there and vote.
but what I'm trying to tell you is that's you can't lay that on black men.
I am landing. I'm landing right on their doorstep.
No, I'm sorry. This right here is about white women that did not vote or voted the wrong way. This is the white folks. This is their problem. It ain't black people. I ain't blaming no black people for that because everybody
I
has a
am.
right
I'm
to vote.
blaming them. I'm blaming them. I'm
I'm not
blaming them.
blaming no black men. Eighty
I am.
percent of the black men voted for Kamala Harris.
I am.
I'm blaming white women. That's who I'm blaming. White women. So
Did he? Did if you want to talk about this, let's look at the states, the battleground states that Kamala lost. She lost Georgia. She lost North Carolina. She lost Pennsylvania. We here in Georgia got a plenty of black folks and stuff who votes, but she lost it. When she lost North Carolina, I knew that there was some crap going on. Because guess what? Trump won it, but a Democratic governor won big in North Carolina. Got more votes than Trump did. And there's a whole lot of our folks and stuff that did not come out and vote for girlfriend. If they had came out and voted here in Georgia, she would have won it. How do you think Raphael Warnock won this state? Black man.
3 times.
Yes, sir. How do you think my boy Josh won this state? They Democrats. They won here in Georgia because it's a purple state. But he won here. Unbelievable.
Well, see, that's where you and I differ because when you have less than 42%, right around 42% of white women that voted Democrat, that's a problem. So you can blame black men if you want to, or black people, but no, black folks did their job. They came out and they voted handsomely for Vice President Kamala Harris. Handsomely. So I'm blaming on the white folks.
Well, we can argue about those numbers for a long, long, long time, but I'm sitting in here in the state of Georgia. I'm sitting here in the state of Georgia, and I'm watching these folks around here. They did not come out like they should have and vote for Kamala Harris. There are 3 counties in this state that can outvote the whole state of Georgia. They got more people in these 3 counties than they have in the whole state of Georgia. And
Yeah.
she did, and she didn't win either one of them, all 3 of them. Excuse me, I got some stuff going on here. I left my window open. Oh, my boy, my boy
Population
is going to have one hell of a
in
time
Georgia.
trying to win in the midterm here coming up. Our Democratic senator is running for election and stuff here to win his seat again for another 6 years, and he doesn't look like he is going to be able to take this thing across the daggone water. I don't believe he's going to be able to do it. Too many people here in the state of Georgia and stuff who are devout Republicans, and all these Republicans have to do is they can pick out a few different little districts and stuff around here in these black areas and place some of these folks and stuff and everything to turn out some votes for them, and they will do it. It's a little bit of cash. That's all. When you see our folks and stuff, and I watched when Kamala was running, and there was some black folks sitting around here and said, "I'm voting for Trump because he gave me $2,000." This happened in 2017 that he gave that money to them. Wasn't even his money. And he come out and said, "Well, I got to vote for him because he gave me some money." Now this woman is sitting down there telling them, "We're going to make sure that everybody has a job. We're going to make sure that we build these homes, affordable housing." But this guy comes out and he was in a group of folks. "I'm voting for Trump because he gave me some money." We are very short sighted here in our thinking, especially down here in the South. Very, very short sighted. The only thing that's on their mind is a few dollars in their pocket, and that's it. Put a few dollars in their pocket, you got them. You got them. And everything else that happened in the past, nobody even gonna think about it.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and this ain't no. You gonna always have your wretched people, uneducated, ignorant people, and you can be ignorant and you can be uneducated. There are people that are ignorant and they'll sell their soul. And then you have your uneducated people that's not familiar or don't understand the civil of all of it, the political of all of it. However, I'm sorry, the numbers don't add up. And if more black people would have voted in Georgia, I'm sure that would have helped. But you had one of the best people in Georgia running for governor twice. Twice. These are white folks, bro. We only are 15% of the population in America. That's a whole lot of pressure putting on black people. So I'm not blaming no black people for whatever. If they voted for Trump, that's their prerogative. But like I said, we showed up as a whole. Now, what you're saying might be correct. I don't know because I haven't really delved into all the data. You know that North Carolina, Georgia, certain areas that was the battle states. If more black people would have voted, it would have helped put her over. I don't know. But one thing I do know, as a whole, we showed up. These are white people that put us in this. That's who I'm blaming. So-called white people and Latinos, because they voted against their own interests. Now we see what's happening with them. So I am high on our people. I am very high on our people. Our people are getting wiser. We're getting smarter. We're getting woker. We're getting more knowledge about our history than ever before. And we're getting financially stable. You can always have that 5 to 8%, that's going to be ratchet. And when I say ratchet, that's not it's a negative term, but it's not really, because a lot of times people don't go over to the transition from childhood to adulthood, and they be childlike their whole adult life because they don't know how to take care of business. They haven't been taught. They haven't been trained. They haven't been mentored. Is that their fault? To a certain degree, yeah. But at the same time, they didn't get the same treatments that we got here. So I'm not blaming them. But there's no excuses for, because right is right and wrong is wrong. And then you know you're doing wrong when you selling drugs on the street, selling your body on the street, stealing. That's against the law. So that's wrong. But like I said, there are people that's out there that's the only lifestyle they know. That's the way they was raised. Could have been a possibility their daddy in jail, their mama in jail, or whatever. We don't know. But what I'm saying is, you're gonna always have that 5 to 8%. But what I'm saying is that black people showed up, and we're better for it. And now we have grown so much in this last year, and we have so many educators out there in the podcast. Now we bring a little bit to the table, and a lot of times we're discussing, and you and I are just communicating, and we sort of kind of giving up our opinions and ideas, how we feel, how we think. But there are so many great podcasts out there to learn. There's no excuses. Anything you want to know, you can go to Google, you can go, to YouTube, you can go to your podcast and learn. And then they'll tell you books to read. A formal education like we got, is wonderful and a good experience, but you can self-educate. And there are a lot of smart people that have self-educated themselves. So I'm really happy where we are right now, to be honest with you. I'm not happy with the way they're treating these people who need insurance. I'm not happy with that. Need those subsidies. Those elderly people going to be suffering. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy that they took the step. They cut back on food stamps. I'm not happy that they cut back on HUD, Section 8 housing. I'm not happy about that. What we call is safety nets. I'm not happy. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not happy with the multimillionaires and billionaires that's not starting and giving money out to help people start businesses. There are some that's doing it, but it's not enough. So that we don't have to depend on working for the corporations. I worked for the corporations my whole career. 500 corporations. 500 corporations. But I'm looking for our millionaires and billionaires to start looking at, hey, there's a lot of smart people out there. Let's invest in them to help them start business. And a lot of people are doing that. We got all kinds of people that's doing that. So we're growing. We're in a good place right now, bro. And we got a lot of people in office, in Congress. We're growing in the Senate. We got people that's brave enough to go out and join, get into the educational system as far as on the boards. We got a lot of people running for mayor. We got hundreds of thousands of mayors across this country that's black. So we are engaged, totally engaged, bro. They're just not reporting it. Totally engaged. There's over 153,000 mayors in this country. And I can guarantee you, we up there in the multi-thousands. I can name you some right off the top of my head that's in major cities. So we had one in New York. We got one in Baltimore. We got one in Chicago. We got one in LA. We got one in San Francisco, in Oakland. Come on now. And they didn't even talk about the small cities. St. Louis, Detroit. Come on, bro. We are doing very well. The question is that we have to uplift those 5 to 8%. So that's the way I'm feeling. I'm 3/4 full, bro.
Final word.
That's my final word. I'm 3/4
That's your final
full.
word. Okay. My final word is this. Yes, there's progress being made, but I still believe that we're going to have a huge struggle ahead of us. A huge struggle. And I don't know if we got enough strong people out there, especially the Democrats and stuff and everything, who are going to be able to stand up to what they had going on. I just got while you were sitting there talking, I just got I had two texts and stuff that came through on my message board. It pops up all the time. Anytime some comment pops up, and it was something that I had read, but I didn't really believe it and stuff and everything until this gentleman and stuff reached out and said that shit is true. We got a U.S. senator, not a black person, but a U.S. senator from Arizona. The man came out and told he's a military man, and along with maybe 10 or 12 other military people and stuff who were in Congress and everything, and said that people have a right to refuse orders that are unconstitutional. And because he said that, they're threatening his pay. This man is retired. And now these people coming up there and they taking his money from him, his pension, and his rank, because he opened his mouth and said something.
That's
These are the
good.
tactics. These are the tactics and stuff and everything that these fools
You
out
don't
there
think
have
that's
been
a good
using.
thing?
Threatening their money.
You don't think that's a good thing?
Threatening his money.
What I'm saying is that man makes $175,000 a year being a senator.
They threatening his money.
The point
There's
is he'll take him to court and he'll win his case. The point
we
is
don't know. We don't know that.
it
We don't
don't
have no
matter.
idea. The
This
idea.
is this
Now
right
you
here is
said that you
another
were done
feather.
talking. I'll let you talk. And I say what I
Okay,
got
just
to say.
another feather, bro. That's all it is.
Can I say what I got to say?
Go
They
ahead,
are
bro.
threatening this man's pay. Now, however long it takes him, whatever, to go to court, he shouldn't have to do that. This man should not have to take his own money and fight the daggone case and stuff and everything, because that's all they're doing. They just screwing with the man because they can do it. But he's got to go to court now and try to get his money and stuff back. And it might take him 2 or 3 years to do it. And most of the money and stuff is going to go to who? The attorneys. school fighting the case for him. He shouldn't have to do that. That man served this
I
country.
agree. I agree, Ed. I agree wholeheartedly. I knew about that early this morning, but I'm
He
just saying
served his country.
that's
But
a good
out of
thing.
all out of all the people that opened their mouth and said something, they picked him out. There were some other folks who said what they had to say, but they picked this brother out who said, "We gonna get your money and take your rank from you. Make an example of him." That's the kind of pressure and power that these people are putting on folks and stuff out there. Anyway, people, you guys have a good day and look out because this crap is not over with. As long as these fools are in power, they're going to continue to
The
screw this
glass
country
is
up.
3/4 full, people. Don't let nobody fool you.
He still got to get in the last word, people. I got to get in the last word. All right, folks, y'all have a good day and watch out and be safe out there, people, and stuff. And all you folks out there who food stamps are going to be cut, we praying for you guys. All you people out there who are getting ready to get thrown out of your properties, your house, your home, your apartments and stuff because you don't have any money. These people getting ready to cut out Section 8. We praying for you folks. All you folks and stuff out there who are going getting ready to probably they already lost their health care because you can't afford to pay it. We praying for you. There's some kind of way, somehow, that before this month is out, they're going to reinstate you all stuff and everything so you guys can live. And woe is me, people, for those nasty, dirty rascals and stuff and everything who have taken food out of our children's mouth. That's my final word. Talk to you guys later.